Okay, let's start with our breathing. Lay on our backs.
This is my favorite part. I'm going to turn off my...
Just nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, let's brace our core. Press our low back lightly into the floor, and then continue breathing. Nice and slow. Okay, and we'll add in our leg movement, so either bent knee as you breathe out, or straight leg, breathe out. Just nice and slow. Okay, then plant our feet. And we'll go into our glute bridge hold. So keeping that feeling in our core, pressing our low back down, and then we're going to squeeze our glutes and push our hips up to the ceiling. And we'll breathe out as we do so in 3, 2, 1. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. And then we're into a lying knee hug. So still keeping our low back flush with the ground, pulling our knees towards our chest. And if you like, we can handle side to side rocking actions. Make sure our shoulders and hips leave the ground at the same time. Okay, then feet go back down. Straighten one leg, flex the foot, and then bring that straight leg up in the air. Grab behind the thigh, and then breathing in as we lower, breathing out as we straighten. You can also flex the foot as we go up and point the toes as we go down. And switch legs. And let's come on to our side. And we'll bring our top leg up so our knees in line with our hip. Rest is on the floor. Trap it down to the bottom arm. Top arm comes in front. And then we breathe out, opening up, looking back at that hand as we reach. And breathing in, returning. Okay, let's turn and face the other way. Bring that knee up, trap it down, arm comes in front, and we'll continue. And then we'll go into our side plank from here. So remember, elbow starts under the shoulder. And we can go from our knees stacked like this. You can add one leg out, or floating, or feet stacked. And we can always add in an arm in the air for any of those options. And we'll start that all together with a breath out. In 3, 2, 1, breathing out. Keeping our eyes dead ahead. So we hold this, don't look down at our feet. And just nice steady breaths. And 3, 2, 1, slowly down. Let's turn and face the other way. Use the same setup for both sides. And we'll start all together with a breath out in 3, 2, 1. Just a bit longer. And 3, 2, 1, slowly down. We're onto our front. Wrists are under shoulders and knees are under hips. And we'll do our isolate bird dog. So we'll start with our left arm, then our right leg. And when we reach, we want to always point our fingers at the wall. Then we point our toes at the floor. We keep our eyes down throughout. And we'll start that in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. And in. Try and add little pauses if you can when you reach. I'll switch arm and leg and keep going. Three, 2, 1. Good. And then we'll do our half kneeling open book. So knee under hip, knee over ankle. We want to tuck the tailbone underneath ourselves so we feel that stretch down the front. And then hands come together in front. As we breathe out, we're opening, looking back. Breathe in center. Breathe out, opening, looking back the other way. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Good, nice and slow. Just a little bit longer for this leg. And 3, 2, 1. Other knee goes down. So same setup. Make sure you tuck that tailbone, feel the stretch a little bit. And we'll continue 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. Let's come to standing. And we'll finish the warm up with 60-second cross crawls. So options are hand to knee, elbow to knee, and hand to foot. You can do any combination you like. I like to go all the way down. And we'll start that minute in 3, 2, 1. A nice steady pace for yourself. It is 1 minute's worth. About halfway. Just a bit longer. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Get a sip of water. And then we will start with our core exercises. So to start, a nice and simple front plank. So options are always from the elbows underneath the shoulders. We can go from our knees, or we can go from our toes, or if you like, if you're kind of in between those two, you can go knees, lift in as you breathe out, down, up, down, up. Just nice and slow. Obviously, this is too quick. So just nice and slow there if you're going to use that option. Otherwise, it's just a hold. And we'll breathe out as we start in 3, 2, 1. And just keep our eyes on the floor. I'm just looking around to check on you. Halfway there. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. Just move my mat back a little bit. Okay. And we're on to our backs for some flutter options. So as always, when we're on our back doing core, we always want to press that low back into the floor. Squeeze our abs, and then we can take our hands and push them down and away to offer a little extra support. And then option 1 is just alternating knees, just like we did at the start, or you can do floating so your heel never touches the ground, or you can do one leg straight and one leg bent, or you can do both legs straight, like so, and take little breaks if you need to, and always be mindful of your low back. And we'll start all together in 3, 2, 1, breathing as we move. Doing good. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we have our pull through. So we'll need a weight, nothing too heavy. And we'll just give a little demonstration here. So when we have the weight for the pull through, we want it to be pretty close to our body, so it's just a little bit behind my wrist and right up close to it. And then what we do, take a deep breath in, grab the weight, breathe out, pull it across it down. You can drag it, or you can lift it and set it. But just watch that whenever I'm doing this. I don't want to twist my body. I want to keep both my shoulders pointing at the floor at all times. Grab, set down. And just make sure you don't set it too far away, or it's going to make it hard for you to reach without twisting. And then our options for how we're set up is like a bird dog position. We can go from our knees, or we can go from our toes. And the same rules apply for all of them. Breathe in when your hands are touching the ground. Breathe out as you pull through. And we'll start all together in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out as we set up. And breathing out as we pull through. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Last one for the core exercises is the side plank with leg movement. So option 1, from the knees, and we can lift up and down, forward and back, or with a straight leg, up and down, forward and back. You can go with both legs stacked. It can just be very tough on the knee for support, so I do encourage most people to just go from the knee and choose between bent top leg or straight top leg. And we will do 30 seconds breathing as we set up in 3, 2, 1. And as always, we can add that arm in the air if we like, that extra little bit of challenge. Breathing as we move. Taking good time. And slowly down. Let's turn and face the other way. Use the same setup for both sides. And we'll start all together. 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. Get a sip of water. And then we're going to do our single leg balance drill today. Okay. So we're gonna do 60 seconds for each leg. Probably not gonna be in the frame, and I'll cut off my head. There we go. All right. So we'll start on our right leg. So right leg planted. With our left leg, we breathe out, bring the knee up, breathe in, come down. You can touch the floor, keep it floating. Breathe out to the side, and then breathe out and hinge at the hips and tip forward, and emphasis on keeping that nice straight back. We don't want to hinge and arch our back, and we can always walk back foot out, lift it off, and walk it in if it's a little extra challenging. And we'll do that for 60 seconds. We'll start all together with a breath out in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. And remember, giving yourself a focal point on the ground and on the wall will make balancing a lot easier. And we can all take this at our own pace. Just try and strike a little pause in there and really feel in control of your balance as you do so. Some days will be better than others. I'm having a tough day today, clearly. That's
all that chocolate.
What's that?
That chocolate.
We're almost done this minute. Oh boy, yeah, I'm really shaky on this leg today. All right, let's switch legs and give us balancing leg just a little gentle bit of movement, shake it out a little bit. And then we'll start on our left leg for another minute in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. Jeez, I'm wobbly. Just a bit longer. And 3, 2, 1. Good. A little water, and then we're back to the front plank. All right, gotta tip this back down. You won't be able to see me. There we go. Okay, so we're back to the front plank. Just remember our elbows under shoulders, and we'll start all together with a breath out in 3, 2, 1. Good. Remember, just keep our eyes on the floor and keep our breathing nice and steady. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. And then we're on to our back again for our floater options. Just remember, low back, as always, press down into the floor. Hands come to support, pressing down and away. And then we'll start all together, breathing as we move in 3, 2, 1. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1. Good. And then we're back to the pull through. So remember, keep the weight nice and close. Try not to twist. And take little breaks if you need to. Form is important here. And we'll get started with a big breath out as we set up in 3, 2, 1. Just a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. And now we're back to the side plank with leg movement. So use the same option as last time. Get the elbow under the shoulder. And we'll breathe out as we lift ourselves up in 3, 2, 1. And breathe out as we move. Just a little bit longer. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's turn and face the other way. Same setup. And we'll lift ourselves up in 3, 2, 1 as we breathe out. And moving as we breathe. Just a bit longer. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. Good. So we're done. Our core exercises. We'll do one more run of the balance drill, and then we will do some stretching. Okay. So we'll start on the right leg, plant it again, just like last time. And we'll start our minute in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. Remember to use those focal points. I find I get distracted and I start looking around the room. It gets very hard to balance. And 3, 2, 1. Let's keep it going. We'll switch legs. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Good. Get yourself a sip of water if you like. And also grab a strap band, belt, towel, something that we can use for our hamstring stretch, and just set it on the side so you don't have to get up and down more than you need to, and then just keep it there. We're going to lay on our backs, get comfortable, and we'll start with our glute and hip stretch. So let's start with our right foot planted on our left leg. This is the one that's going to come across. So we want to bring that shin across our thigh. We don't want the shin bone resting on our knee. We'll be very uncomfortable and we'll take away from the stretch. And then to start, let's just see how it feels like this. If this already feels like a stretch, then you can just stay put. Otherwise, try and open up a little bit using your own muscles, moving the knee towards your feet in the wall. And then we can add a little pressure with our hand. And then if we want even more stretch, we can reach through, grab hold of that leg, and then all together, deep breath in and out, entering the stretch. So we're trying to bring our ankle and our knee towards our respective shoulders. Very gently, of course. Won't actually ever make contact between the two. That's the direction we're going. Deep breath in. And exhale, relax and or deepen into the stretch. And then very slowly release the leg, cross the other way, and then we'll go through the same checklist. So see how it feels at rest. Try and open it just using the muscles in your leg. Add a little external pressure with the hand. And then if you require more stretch, then reach through and grab that leg for some leverage. Take a deep breath in and out. Entering the stretch. Deep breath in and out, relaxing and or deepening the stretch. Very slowly let the leg go, grab our strap, and then let's start with our left leg again. So strap goes in the upper quarter of the foot, so not at the toes, but just a bit under them. And we'll start with a slightly bent knee. And with this one as well, we still want to make sure we keep that feeling as we have been, pressing our low back into the floor to really get that proper stretch. And then all together, deep breath in. And exhale, straighten the leg and stretch the leg, gently pulling it towards the wall behind you while being able to keep it straight. Just take a nice deep breath. Deep breath in. And exhale, turn our big toe towards the midline of our body, so towards our sternum. Keeping the leg straight, lowering it a little bit if you need to. Emphasis on keeping the leg straight. And deep breath in. And out, turning the big toe away from the midline now. Same thing, keep that leg as straight as you can. Lower it a little bit if you need to. And deep breath in. And exhale, center the leg and release the leg. Let's switch feet. Same thing, nice slightly bent knee to start. Okay, looks good. Deep breath in. And exhale, straighten and stretch the leg. Deep breath in. And exhale, turn the big toe towards the midline. Lower that leg a little if you need to. Keep it nice and straight. Deep breath in. And exhale, turn the big toe away. Keep the breathing steady. And deep breath in. And exhale, center and release the leg nice and slow. And then we're on to our hip abductor rock back. I'm just going to grab a little extra cushioning for my knee. You're welcome to do so as well. I find sometimes when I go a little wider apart with my knees, the inside of my knee kind of gaps, and when it's pressing on a hard yoga mat, it's a little uncomfortable. So if you need that, go do that. So we start like a bird dog. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're going to go a little wider than we normally do for the bird dog stance it is. And then we just very simply breathe out and drop the hips back and breathe in, bring them forward. And if you find it's very difficult to get far back, then try a little bit more narrow stance. If you find it very easy, then you can try a little wider of a stance. We want to try and keep a nice straight back as we do this, so try not to arch, kind of almost pushing my hands into the floor, keeping a nice straight back. As you can see, I just don't want to get into arching. We're going to do a minute all together, starting with the breath out in 3, 2, 1, breathing out, rocking back, and breathing in, coming up. You're welcome to go at your own pace here, just keep it slow. You can sit back a little longer if it feels good. You just don't want to be rocking back and forth too quickly. And if you really like this stretch and it feels good, you can also come a little deeper. You can slowly lower yourself down again. Make sure you're keeping a straight back as you do so. And you can even bring your arms out, so it's a little bit of a down or a child's pose being added into this. And just remember to keep taking deep breaths the whole time. And then if you are down like this, we're going to start slowly working our way back as we breathe, very slowly, as always. And then to finish this one, make sure we come up, maybe even come a little more forward than before, and bring the knees back in. And then we're going to go into our half kneeling hip flexor stretch with reach. So that position we've done many times. Knee over ankle, knee under hip, and then we're tucking the tailbone to create that stretch. And we take our arm, put it under the thigh, and as we breathe out, we bring our arm up, reaching over our midline and back down. What we want to avoid is reaching and tipping our whole body. We just want to lengthen through here as we reach and stay nice and stable. And we'll do 30 seconds for each knee. And we'll start that all together. 3, 2, 1, breathing out. And And move just with the rhythm of your breath. Might be slightly different from the rate I'm going, and that's totally fine. Just want to keep it nice and slow. And let's switch legs. I'll give everybody a moment. It's the same thing. Get nice and planted. Tuck that tailbone. Hand under thigh. And we'll continue 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. And in. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right, you're welcome to get a sip of water or just return to our starting position for our glute and hip stretch. I'm just gonna get a sip of water so I can keep a clear voice to get a little gravelly. All right. On our backs. We'll start with the left leg again. So bring that left shin across our right thigh. Make sure we're not putting our shin against our knee or our kneecap. It will be very uncomfortable. And we've done a little bit of stretching since the first one, so let's just see how it feels at rest. Again, try and open it up on your own, moving the knee towards the wall or where our feet are. And you can add some external pressure, see how that feels. And then if that all feels good, reach through for some extra leverage. And deep breath in. And exhale into the stretch. Just nice deep breathing here. Deep breath in. And out, relax, and or deepen the stretch. And slowly release the leg. Let's cross the other way. Open the hip a little bit on our own. Add some external pressure. Good. And then we can reach through. Grab hold of that leg. Deep breath in. And out. Nice deep breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, relax, and or deepen the stretch. And slowly release the leg. Grab our strap, whatever that might be. And we'll start with our left leg again. So strap in the upper quarter foot, slightly bent knee, and deep breath in. And exhale, straighten and stretch the leg. Just taking nice deep breaths here. And deep breath in. And exhale, turn the big toe towards the midline, keeping the leg straight. And deep breath in. And exhale, turn the big toe away from the midline, keeping the legs straight. And deep breath in. And out, center, and release the leg. Let's cross over. Give everybody a moment. Get the strap in that upper corner again. And then slightly bent knee. Deep breath in. And out, straightening and stretching the leg. Deep breath in. And out, pointing the big toe towards the midline, keeping that leg straight. Breathing in. Nice and slow. Deep breath in. And out, turning the big toe away. Keeping the leg straight. Deep breath in. And out, centering and releasing the leg. And now let's go into our front for our hip abductor rock dive. So we'll go for 1 minute again, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Come a little wider, and we'll start with the breath out in 3, 2, 1. And just moving as you breathe, nice and slow. Okay, if you're down low, start working your way back up. And then very gently come forward, a little more forward than where you started. And then bring the knees in. And then we're almost there with our hip flexor and reach stretch. So pluck that tailbone, feel the stretch down the front, hand comes underneath. Give everybody a little moment. And deep breath in. And breathing out, reaching, but not tipping. Just reaching and breathing in, returning. And again, move with your breath at your own pace. Just keep it nice and slow. Okay, and let's switch legs. Deep breath in. Tuck the tailbone and we'll continue. Okay, you can either come to standing or lay on your mat for breathing exercise. I'm just going to get a quick sip of water. Sorry, also notice my phone was making noise. I'll make sure that's quiet, especially for breathing exercise. All right, so get nice and comfortable, laying on our backs. We can do arms, hand on chest, hand on belly button, or arms out, palms up, feet planted, feet extended, or sorry, leg extended, whatever is most comfortable for you is what you can do. And then we'll start with our eyes open, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. On our next big exhale, we can slowly close our eyes and switch to breathing in and out through the nose. If possible, if you're stuffy, you can continue through nose to mouth. Okay, now we will add on the visualization. A small, colorful ball, color of your choosing, that rests between our belly button and our sternum. And as we breathe in and our stomach rises, it rolls towards our sternum. And as we breathe out and our stomach falls, it rolls back to the belly button. Now we'll add on the counting of our breath as well. So breathing in is 1, breathing out is 2, inhale 3, exhale 4. We work our way to 10, and then reset back to 1, or if we happen to lose a place, go back to 1. Try to combine the two as best you can. I like to picture the number of the breath on the little ball as it's rolling. If you have your own trick, that's great. Do what works best for you. And we'll let go of the counting of the breath, ball, and we'll move into our body scan. So we want to try to picture ourselves as we are laying on our mat. And we're going to work our way from the very top of our head, the crown of our head, all the way down to our big toe, and then back up. And I will narrate a pace for working our way down. So we'll start at the crown, come to the forehead, brow, eyes, nose, mouth, jaw, through the neck, along the collarbone out to the shoulders, down the ribs, along the arms, over the stomach, forearms, the hips, wrists, and hands. Passing over the thigh. Coming over the knee. And down the shin. Towards the ankle. Through the ankle. Over the foot. All the way to the big toe. At your own pace, work your way back. And if you find any points of tension and discomfort, spend 1 to 2 big deep breaths with it. And as you breathe out, try and picture that tension or discomfort leaving with the breath or leaving it on the floor. And as always, we don't want to fixate on these points. That will not be helpful. So take your 1 to 2 breaths and then move along and work your way back to the crown. And once you've done that, you can go back to counting your breaths for the next minute or so. Okay, let's finish our breath. And then breathe in all the way full. Holding the moment, holding and breathing out all the way empty. Holding and breathing as normal. We can start to take note of our surroundings again, shifting our focus away. Maybe some sounds, smells. Feel the floor underneath you, and you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly open your eyes. Roll onto your side. Help yourself up with your arms. And that is our Monday Core Fusion class. Thanks for joining again. Good to see you.
Oh, that was great.